Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am going to be flattening things down with MAGNITOGRAD in this area here. I'd like to start getting a little bit more progress done on working ourselves towards making our own cars so that I can really start ramping up those up, shipping them around the Republic so that they can be usable, and then also selling them. I want to sell them, okay? We also are in the process of building. You can see this guy over here is doing his thing. We're in the process of building this industrial yard because I just realized we are full on steel. Like, not like, oh, cool, we have a lot of steel. I mean, we can't really make a whole lot more full, okay? Until the train comes and takes it away, which it must have done recently because this thing is regularly at just capped out, maxed out steel. So I'm actually going to reduce the worker count here down to, like, say 200. We're not going to need any more than that. But storages are full, okay? That's the point. And so I want to start shipping steel out to places as well. And I think I'm going to ship it that way so we can start getting a little bit of dollars. So we can start working our way towards opening up that town over there if we want to. Today, I'm going to focus on MAGNITOGRAD right here, though. The design right here, there's some considerations to be made. And there's a couple of things I'm noticing also, like, what's going on here? Is this for the sewer? Oh, it is. It's poking its head out. Yeah. It's got to breathe, right? Like the manhole covers, right? They're sticking up. Is that going to stop me from building there? No. Okay. They will adjust. Okay, good. All right. So this area, I think we could probably put maybe 2,200 workers in this area. Going to provide all the things that they want, and we're going to be implementing a new transportation setup, something that we haven't done before. And so I've gone in and I've kind of flattened this a little bit because what we're going to be doing and using for transportation doesn't like slopes. They're not really big fans of slopes. That should be a clue. All right, so here's what I want to do here. We're going to need to consider pollution. It's going to be a big deal. This building produces about 11.8 tons of pollution per year at full capacity. That's the asterisk. It's not going to be using full capacity very often. Probably at most, it'll be 70 to 80% capacity on a regular basis once we get ramped up and going. Probably never going to be 100%. So we can reliably count on between 8 to 10 tons of pollution being produced in this area all the time. I have a pollution monitor here that's actually in my way now, so they are in the process of tearing that down. And I am paused to maintain frame rates and just not have to deal with anything because I want to design this. And then once we design it and stuff, we can then turn it loose and then focus on other things. Just a real quick update, though. Again, my frame rates are like 120 FPS when I'm paused. That's great. I want to go over here. So everything is working here. I've been monitoring it throughout the winter. Everything is good. Heating is good. They're able to get food, and they don't really want much, right? Tavern stuff, mostly. It's just a pub or tavern or spirituality, pretty much for everyone across the board. I was thinking about adding a pub, but the other thing I could add, and I have no idea how well this will go over, but one thing I could potentially add here is something called an alcohol kiosk. One worker, 12 visitor capacity, can store 2 tons of alcohol. It's a very small building, and I can put it right over here just outside the fence, and they can just walk over to the kiosk and get some alcohol if they really want to. Again, I don't know if that's a good thing because not having alcohol in your Republic is usually a good thing, I think. You want to sell it, right? But hey, you know what? These guys, they have a stressful job here researching all this stuff, researching many ways. Let's just give it one of these roads. Researching many ways to well, these guys are chemists, okay? These are my chemists. And then also, then they'll do this. So it's got a stressful job, right? Very, very dangerous stuff. At least we believe it is. We don't know that it is, but we believe it is. Pretty dangerous work here. So they're going to be stressed out. I've also got some new assets, right, from mods. So these are the fields flags. There are medium size and small sizes, and these are just flags. You'll see them once they're built. They're not quite built yet, but I'm putting these little flags at the main walking entrances of this compound, and they provide very little loyalty in a very short range, but I feel like it's just for the aesthetic reasons to put them there. I didn't put any over here because it's, I don't know, I guess I could, but I didn't put any over there yet. I did put this little tiny star there, though. That's pretty good. I thought I did another couple of decorations, too, around here. I just don't remember which ones they were. I thought I had one more that I placed out here. There's this little hedge. Yeah, I placed this little hedge, and you can see it's really minor. It's 0.5% loyalty in a 50-meter radius. So basically, just this one building. I guess those two buildings. Okay, it doesn't really affect very many people. This one's 1.8% in a 100-meter radius, so, you know, a couple of buildings there, I guess. Doesn't really do much. And then the big one here, 4.5% in a 90-meter radius. Again, doesn't really affect very many. It's okay. It's fine. They're just there for aesthetics anyway. I don't care. And then this right here turned out really great. I like this. This looks cool. Little urns urns behind it. Get the hedges on both sides, right? And remember, each one of these things takes wear and tear. Each one of these will need to be maintained. So it's just an extra job being added to the workforce. All right. Now back over to what we're going to focus on today. So we got to focus on pollution being a risk, okay? This building is going to produce some pollution. I want to double check my numbers here, make sure I'm right. So vehicle production line at most, at maximum production, take 500 workers, right? It's going to draw a lot of power and 11.8 tons of per year, which is not that bad. It's certainly better than all the other big industries, especially airline production, which is like the heaviest polluting building in the entire game, which I think I can show it actually now. Yeah, this one right here. Airline production line. 56.8 tons. It's an enormous building, and it produces a lot of pollution. So obviously we want that to be really far away from our citizens, but this one's not that bad. So I'm going to say, like, we're probably going to have some pollution issues with it when it's running full blast, but we're going to make sure healthcare is right there so that they can get healthcare really quickly without needing to have a whole lot of ambulances, okay? So here's what I want to do. We're going to situate the houses. I'm probably going to need to get this pulled back. We're going to situate the houses as far back as possible so that it's away from this building. And then we won't really have to deal with pollution so much with this. It's pretty minor. I thought I had another pollution monitor in the area so we could see it. It should be right over here. Yeah. So right here is another pollution monitor. And honestly, this is good enough. I really don't need another one over here because this one covers a really wide area. But you can see how that reaches, right? The hazardous waste that's over there. It's in enclosed containers, right? And then you have like the incinerator and all that stuff. The pollution doesn't reach that far. Okay, we're fine right where we are with this thing running. If this thing starts to run a little bit more frequently, maybe that will affect it. But overall, we're in decent shape when it comes to pollution in this area. As long as we stay away from this building, we should be fine for a long term. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to use the same types of styling that we used before. That's these flats here. This should be the same flat we used over here, all right? So this is kind of like MAGNITOGRAD's signature building, if you will, or their style. And I'm going to kind of keep it consistent in this area. So I want to go, and let's put a walking path. Hello, autosave. Right when I want to click, huh? Let's put a walking path straight across this for now, just to kind of keep that boundary so we know where that is. And then I can make sure that the buildings that we place are spaced out appropriately from there. So I think we're going to put this. Try to figure out how I want this to be. I probably will have to shift these around. And, you know, probably what will happen here is because I really want to make sure everything is spaced appropriately and ready to rock that way. What I'll do is I'll place everything with you, get the broad concept, and then I'll probably tweak and modify where things are. Okay, so we're going to have this be, I think, probably about here and then right here. And we're going to go down the row here. I'm going to tweak these later probably. So we'll go about like this. We're going to leave a space there, though. I love that sound, actually. It's like a cannon went off. Right. They don't have to be exact right now. I just want to I'll do that off camera so it doesn't take up a lot of time in the video. So right about here, there, there, and there. And then we're going to flip over. We're going to go this side. Let's say that's a big gap. That's a bigger gap than we need. I'll probably slide things over. It's fine. 1, 2, I think just the 2. Yeah, probably just the two. And I'll slide this over so we have another walking path through here. So let's say, yeah, slide this one down. Yeah, so probably I keep saying I'm not going to redo it on camera, and then I just keep redoing it on camera. I can't stop. All right. And then for this area, we're going to go with 2 more houses on this side, I think. 1, 2, again, just getting a rough spacing there. And then we're going to put in, I'm trying to visualize where my roads are going to be. So we are going to turn, we're going to have a road that comes straight through here. Okay, this will be an actual road. It'll come around this side about here. This is all in my head right now. I don't have it measured and everything. And then what we're going to use for the first time, we're going to use a large tram stop. Trams. Yes. Trams are happening. Trams are happening right now. So we're going to put this right about there-ish. Should be an okay spacing. And then the road is going to connect like this. Now, trams use a special road, right? They don't use these asphalt roads. They use the road with tram track. And the road with tram track, vehicles that are not trams, they travel slower on these roads. So it's 80 kilometers an hour instead of 110. That works to our advantage because they will choose, they will attempt to not use these roads. And do I want the poles on this side or the other side? I don't think it matters, right? As long as there's some consistency. I think it goes depending on the direction you pull it, right? Yeah. So it's always on the left side, depending on which direction you're pulling the mouse. So as long as we do that, we should be all right. Speaking of which, we're doing that. Okay. So tram's going to come in this side. It's going to come around, stop at the station, and then come this way. Where's it going? Okay. So here's the reason why this thing's getting demolished, okay? We're going to put in, and I got to wait for this thing to get demolished before I can actually put it in, but we're going to put in a tram railroad connection. What this does, eventually, once this is, it's not going to go, I want it to go closer, so I'm gonna get it to go closer. I can almost place it anyway. Ooh, I can place it anyway. Cool. And I got to do the whole delete and undelete trick to get the terrain to not be over top of this now. So if you haven't seen that before, maybe you're skipping through the videos and stuff. All you do is you basically tell the game, hey, I want to delete this track. And then it brings that track on top of the train again. And then you just say, no, I changed my mind. I don't want to delete it anymore. And now your train track is on top of the train again. So I can do that with this over here too. So anyway, the tram's coming through here, right? Well, trams, there's three different modes of transportation on roads, right? You have buses, which can go pretty much anywhere there's a road, any type of road. So they're the most flexible, but they take fuel. Then you have trolleys, and trolleys are like your halfway point to trams. They occupy electric power, so they don't need to stop for gas, but you have only specialized roads for them, right? And, in general, they're pretty good. Situationally, I think everything is, each one has its advantages and disadvantages situationally. And then you have trams, which operate strictly on rails and can go on roads and the rail. They can go on both. They're the only vehicle in the game, as far as I'm aware, that can travel on both roads and rails as a single vehicle in the same route, which is very cool. So that's why we're using it. So what we're going to have here is a bunch of workers that are kind of in this area, and then we're going to use this area to give them like their needs and stuff. So for example, we can have, what do I want to be here? An alcohol kiosk? Probably not an alcohol kiosk. We don't need sports. They're right next to the giant sports complex here, which is up and running, but its temperature's too low. I don't have heating done for this yet because I have to get people over here to work. So that'll be next winter. It's fine. They come over here and they're just going to be cold for a bit and then they leave sick. That's pretty much how it works. They come over here and they leave sick. Look at this person, 43% health. I need a hospital. So I bet the hospital's probably pretty busy over here. Oh, that's not it. Right here. They will be busy. All right. They haven't been. Anyway, so there's that. And I think actually what I should do here is I need to move these buildings a little bit because I want a road that comes across this, and I can't have that with that. So I need to move these buildings just a little bit, I think. Let's just do this. I keep doing it. I can't stop, man. I'm telling you, I can't stop. You know what? It's easier to place these closer if I don't have the walking path, and I can do it. How do I word this? You can place a walking path really close to a building, but you can't place a building really close to a walking path, if that makes sense. So walking path second. So I should be able to now have these be just a little bit closer than they were. We'll leave it like right about here. And then we should be able to go something more like this. Really close, but not too close. And again, I'll tweak this. I'll tweak this off camera later. It's fine. And then I want the road to come straight through here. So we're going to send this road. Yep, like this. Probably a little bit over more. Probably about here. Like this. And then like this. And this is not a tram road. So cars, buses, ambulances, whoever, they will choose to use this over using this because of the speed differences. And that means that the road that the tram is using is accessible. Cars can use it to get where they need to go, but there's not preferred, so it won't be heavy traffic. Okay. Next, we need to get over to this thing. And there's two ways to do this. I've been thinking about which way would be preferred. And because these tram roads connect to the real road and allow other cars to use them, I'm going to opt to do the second way that I was going to do. But the first way is to use this thing and to use it up here and just turn this into a rail, combine them all, and then have them use this rail here. Because we already have existing rail infrastructure. And that's what we're going to do. We're tapping into the existing rail infrastructure for these trams. Because the tram is going to ultimately take people around and bring them right into here. Just like the normal passenger trains do. There's not a lot of trains that come in here right now. Currently, I only have one train that comes into this station and drops people off. The rest of them stop here regularly. Okay, so I need more people in here. And up until this point, I haven't really needed it because there isn't all that much plastic. That's kind of starting to change. So I want to get the infrastructure in place over the next couple years in game so that I can handle using the increased plastic that we're going to have. Okay, so what do we put in here? Let's put a, how about something for like culture and stuff, right? We probably don't have a whole lot of that here. So why don't we say we put in, how about a dance hall? And I gotta figure out how the spacing on these things are gonna go and everything, but I think for the most part, that's probably a safe bet there. I need to put those houses back in, so we'll just kind of go one and, oh, there we go, pending spacing. I need to get you a little bit closer. I can't stop. I just can't stop. Make it stop. Right here. Good enough for now. I'll tweak it later so I can get a walking path through here. All right, so through that, and then from here, more culture probably. Wow, I just had a stroke. Right through here, and we'll go probably like this. Yeah, so just get a cinema in here is fine. Maybe we'll put like a house of culture. Where's that house of culture? Right here. We can put that. How about over here somewhere? Will this work? You'll go in there, right? If I keep clicking enough. Hey, how about this road, huh? This road's not necessary, is it? And I can fit it in there. We don't need to move that. Hold on. I don't want the... Well, it doesn't really matter if they use this road, I guess, right? We could take it out. I can fit it. I know it'll fit. I know it will. Just gotta believe in yourself. There you go. All right. So put that there, and then there's going to be extra stuff over here. We'll have other houses here too. Just have to be mindful of where the pollution is. But we will have other houses, other places to live over here, as well as parking lots so that cars can drive places they need to go. Because there are parking lots right here. But predominantly, the parking that's right here, and really all personal cars that are in this area, are going to be coming from across the river. They're not going to be able to access across the river since it's the tunnel. They're not going to be able to access public transportation on this side. So until we get public transportation set up over here, which will still happen, but mostly these guys will be driving in the tunnel to get over here. And then we have another tunnel possibly over here too. I've been thinking about doing another tunnel over here that goes this way, or we're already going to have a tunnel that goes across the river that way. So it's kind of like I'm thinking about this space here and how I'm probably going to have some kind of like highway junction in this area, because there's no way I'm going to put anything here. Like, this is downwind from vehicles, plus we have the hazardous waste, plus we're processing waste, plus we're burning waste. We may need other types of waste processing centers and stuff like that over here too. So we're not going to put any homes over here and any major things that people want to use. So we can make this like a highway area probably. All right, so that's the general bits here. We're going to have a hospital in here as well. So we'll probably go in and do something like this, which I guess a little part. I probably should move this stuff over a little bit, to be honest. So that's probably what I'll do in a second, but I'm trying to give you the synopsis. Okay, so kind of comes a little bit like that, and then a hospital will be here, and that's cool because all these guys who get affected by pollution, if they do, they will then get the healthcare that they need right there. You're gonna have to choose. Do you give them a completely pollution-free experience, or do we get them close enough to where they could technically walk to this building and not need to take any public transportation here, and therefore always have this staffed, but at the sacrifice of having slightly less clean air because they live close enough to it, right? That's what I'm going for here. Some of them will be fine. Others, maybe these guys right here, since they're slightly downwind, these guys here might get a little more sick. They're really close to the hospital. Shouldn't be a problem. The last little bit then is how to connect to this. So once this is out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the tram track, no access, and for pedestrians and cars. So this road is really cool because this is a road for trams, but cars won't access it ever. And I thought about using that here so that way we don't have cars using it. That's pretty much it. So what we can do is we can go like this. This road comes straight down this way, and effectively if I just F4 this, I can make it come at a slight angle. It's fine. We can have this come out. I guess it doesn't really matter what angle it is. It looks clean this way anyway. We can have that go like this, right? And then we just connect you like so. And now we have a loop for the tram. The tram is going to come off of the rail here, just like the train does, but it's going to take a right instead of a left. And then it's going to, on this curve, merge right into here. It will then be on this side. It will pass by this one. No conflicts with the other trams because they're on rails, right? They come through here, loop around, and it'll pull in here. It'll pick up, 200 people, whatever. It'll go this way and off the rail and in through here, drop people off, comes back, switches to the other side of the tracks, and repeat. And that's how that works. Every single time, man. And the nice part about this is like it takes a little bit of a longer route when it's empty, and it takes a little bit of shorter route when it's got people in it. There you go. So that's how I'm going to play that. And then to get to the trams actually on the road, because you have to get trams to this point. How are they going to get there, right? How are they going to get to the stop and get on the loop? Well, we're going to go like this road with tram track. We're going to have this extend out this way. So now this is now a road with a tram track. And we're going to have it come straight across here like this. Let's get rid of this road because I actually have something else I want to put here, which should fit. God, that's going to be tight. We'll show it in a second. Bring this down here. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the depot. And we have two of them. There's a tram depot 8 and a 4. Probably only need a 4 here. So we'll bring this depot right over here. And we'll just park it. I don't know, like right here should be fine kind of thing. It doesn't really matter where it is. We'll just park it right here. And then we use the tram panel roads. The roads with no pedestrians or cars because they won't be needed in this. And then we just kind of go like that. Maybe curve it towards a little gentler. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? We're probably going to move this stuff anyway. All right. So we have that. Everything's good. And then so the depot, basically we pick up the tram over there. and then we bring the tram over here, and then once it's here in the depot, it will then start its route and get on the track. When the tram needs to be repaired, it's going to come back to the depot to get repaired, much like the other trains do with their depots. They come back into the depot automatically to get repaired, but they only do that if there is a vehicle repair place in range. Enter vehicle repair place in range. Right here. It does fit. Cool. And it also hits the distribution office, so it will also repair these as well. I like that. So it's really not meant to repair vehicles. It's really there exclusively for the trams and for these trains. And to get more resources in there, because it's a really tight fit and you're like, you can't use the factory connections, I can use one of them. And I'm going to use it right over here. This warehouse is going to use it right like this. Okay, easy. And then just to give this, you don't need a big road there. We can go gravel there. It's fine. And then also on this side, because these are going to eventually be one-way streets, one-way roads, right? That's why these are here. This is a two-way or four-lane highway kind of thing that kind of bends on one side. So both directions. So I don't want them to have to go all the way around just to come in and deliver. So I'm going to do this. And that just gives them a way to quickly deliver into here. And I could probably do that too. If you're getting on this highway, then you'll just take this road. Well, I don't know why I would have to do that. All right. So anyway, that's the synopsis. That's the gist of it all. Okay. So I need to let it run for a little bit to get this out of the way. And while it's doing that, frame rates will be bad. But while it's doing that, I'm going to just kind of tweak where everything is, maybe add some decorations, whatever. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got things spaced out in a way that I can be happy with anyway. We got the same amount of buildings all the way around. And I left a couple of extra spaces here for the walking paths to get through. We do have a walking path that goes all the way across like this. So full access to the sports hall. And for some reason, the sports hall is filling up with garbage. And this isn't. Is the same thing happening again? Yeah, I can't reach. Well, that's not done, and neither is that. So I guess that makes sense. If those two are not done... Oh, they're getting in from this side. Okay, I was like, how are you getting in if that's the case? Yeah, that explains it. Tell you what, let's disconnect this. And then they won't be able to get in from this side, and then they shouldn't get in here, so therefore they shouldn't get sick. That's probably the way I should do it. MAGNITOGRAD has started working on this stuff already. Is it 5? Yeah. They've started working on a lot of this stuff. I'm going to have them build everything as much as they can anyway. I'm not going to have them wait or do anything like that. And that's because we have all the essential services nearby anyway. If the building goes up, we want people in it because we've got education nearby. We've got the store is in walking range of everyone. Yeah, I made sure, double check. Yep. Store's in walking range for everyone. So as long as all the walking paths are done, right? That's the thing that has to happen first. All the walking paths have to happen first. But as long as that happens first, we're good. Since there's no auto search anymore, when I highlight things for my construction crews, they're only going to build the things that actually have a path to it. So that guarantees that there's at least a path to walk or move around or something before they build a structure or a building. They're going to start on the roads. Obviously, that's going to happen first. And then I got my pollution monitoring center that was down in less than a day. The demolition was done in less than a day. So we have this. It was already almost done when I showed it to you. And then these two rails here, electrified, obviously. They're connected here. And they'll be going around. Now, in order for the tram to work all the way over here, this rail needs to be electrified, right? That can create some problems. We got a lot of trains that come through here. That's going to create some issues. And there's not really a whole lot of ways around that. But I can do this somewhat systematically if I make bypass tracks. But I think that's probably not worth it. What we'll do instead, we don't want the garbage to stop. That's a big thing. So we're going to start on this side for electrification, because I think this is the side that's used the least often. Trains that come through here all the way, they tend to leave out this side. So by and large, is that the right turn of phrase for that? By and large? I feel like I've heard that somewhere. Is that Wally? I think that's Wally, isn't it? Anyway, through here is the most used track, not this side. So when I go ahead and I electrify this side, it shouldn't disrupt a ton of stuff. I mean, there might be a little bit, but there shouldn't be a whole lot of disruption there. Obviously, something will break, but I'm hoping the trains will be smart enough to reroute themselves. So we're going to go for mixed track here. And we're, again, pausing for the frame rates. Here, mixed here, and mixed here. Like that, yep. And then it needs to be electrified at least into here. So it's going to be mostly this that's offline. I believe the bridges are already electric. Did I do that? I did not. That was just a silly thing. I mean, it's all the same. Like it's mostly done already. The upgrade for these is really fast, like usual. But we want this section here to be electrified. So we are going to be shutting down this side at least. And that's how they will use, they'll try to use the other side to get around where they're going. And we're going to need a way for them to get to the other side of the track. Man, that's going to be tough. Let's leave the crossing alone, because this train that pulls into here, I think they go off this way, don't they? Hold on. Where's my trains that do this? So there's three different routes that do this. These are buses. There should only be one train, I thought. It's like there are two trains that do this. Yeah, two trains that do this, and it has you going from the industrial yard platform here and then moving that direction. I see. And then you choose to come back this way, which you are no longer going to do because you do not need to do that. Where's this waypoint? All right, I'm having you do a waypoint there. That's why you're doing that. No, that's only on the way there. You shouldn't be doing a waypoint on the way back. So this doesn't disrupt that route. And then this one here, kind of the same thing. You go to this platform first, and then from there you shift over and drop your remaining people off there. So this, again, does not disrupt any of these things. So we're going to definitely electrify this side first. So here's how I want to do this, because it's very busy, and electrifying track that's already really busy is a pain in the ass. We're going to highlight that, make that a job, make that a job. Oh, the trash trains, they're going to hate this. Trash trains are going to just sit there and look pretty for a bit. They're not going to do anything. Electrification is a quick job. I've been doing it on and off, despite what some of you persistent reminders believe. I have been electrifying on and off this entire time. It's just not something I show you consistently. Okay, it's not something that I care to constantly show you because it's not that interesting, and it takes time, and there's no interaction from me to make it happen. It's just the track builders have to do it. So we'll go ahead and do this track here all the way into there. And then, of course, we want to build on this side. We're going to want to build. We'll do this part last because it disrupts the entire intersection, and that will stop all the trains from moving. But if we can get the trains at least on this track and moving, that's better. So we'll start electrification on this side. Hello, rail yard. And just have it go ahead and click, click, click. Now, it's going to be able to reach it. I'm not sure how. I guess you're probably going to come through here, I would imagine. And then you get on the wrong track and then whip in. I'm not sure where your crossing is that gets you on the wrong side of the tracks. It must be somewhere. Maybe you come in from this side. Oh, you know what? No, it can't be. I was going to say it probably comes from this side. Speaking of which, we can actually do this side because they can come from that direction. So we should be able to do that. And then did I mark this? I did not. Mark that as well. Yep. And let's get all of these sections of track popped in as a job. Yep. And again, all of these things are kind of high priority at this point. I don't think there's a whole lot of rail left for them to build. I haven't really given them a whole lot of rail jobs, to be honest. want to select that. Can I not? Did I not select that a little bit? Got to do that a little bit too. Yep. Right there, high priority and high priority and high priority. I mean, I know when everyone's super, I just got to make sure that as they go through these jobs, they keep prioritizing the other rail. And also they should be able to get into this one because they can come from this side and cross in. So they should be able to do the bridges simultaneously too. There are many different track builder trains. We can use all of them at the same time. So let's do that. Let's get over here and make it happen, please. There you go. All the track building trains. Okay, so that will give them some time to do that. That's all part of this transition to getting that tram to work, is you have to have it electrified. And then all this stuff right here is already electric. You can see the what are they called again? Not semaphores. That's what the signals are. These are called something else, and I've forgotten what they are already. I'm sure one of you will probably timestamp this very moment in the video and tell me what they are. I've said the word like scores of times. I just spacing out. That's what it is. I'm gonna call them electrical poles, even though they got a really very unique name. I still don't remember what they are. Damn it. Catenary systems. I looked it up. I've said the word before. I've said it so many times. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I've said it so many times. Also, this is a concert hall now, not a dance studio, because I realized I already had a dance studio right here. I also had the dance studio full of trash, and I was trying to figure out, why are you full of trash and this has no garbage in it? And it turns out I used the wrong kind here. So I'm tearing out these walkways because I have to, so that I can have this connect, because right now it's not connected to anything, and that's a big no-no. So I'm gonna have to do that. And then I guess the walking will, these are nice paths too. All of these were streetlights, so I have to tear down some stuff that cost me some good resources to make. Oh well. So anyway, we got all this here. It's looking pretty good. I think I am gonna put some parking lots maybe right here, just so some of these guys can have personal cars and they can drive them in wherever they want to go. I think most of the personal car shenanigans, I might put a bunch of parking lots over here and let them kind of enter in and drive where they want to go from here, because then they'll hopefully prioritize the one-way roads, as long as possible. My fear is that they're going to come down this road and then they're going to turn right, and everybody's going to end up right here, waiting right here, just to go that way. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but since that's the only road aside from this one coming in through here, right? It's kind of the only road. Are you confused? Well, I don't blame you, because I got this going on. Yeah. Well, you're going to have to sit in there. It's the only way to do it. I wish there was another way. Man, oh man, do I. You know what? Maybe. Are you trying to turn around? Yeah, you guys are all trying to turn around. I don't know why you don't just go. Oh, weird. You came in from this side. I see. That's why you came in from this side. Well, that's why we don't electrify very much, right? That's why we have, when we start electrification, we have to make it the #1 priority. Everything shuts down, and it becomes a real big pain in the ass. That's the reason why. Hopefully, though, because our stuff is coming in from Magnitograd, it should be coming in and bypassing all this entirely, just going straight through here to drop it off into here. But I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the supply, because we're actually getting lower on food now. It's about time for a food delivery. But yeah, we're gonna have to do something with these trains. Tell you what, you're just gonna have to stop for a bit. That's just the way it is. You are gonna be, yeah, stalled out for a bit too. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. You're gonna be stalled out there, and we probably have some other trains. At least you're going that way. I mean, it's on this side of the track, right? So it shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, they'll be confused for a bit, but it's not going to be that bad. It's the trash trains that can't get out. So once they get in here, they can't get out. The good news is it just extends the amount of storage we have for trash now until the track builder can get over here and do the job, which is what they're on their way to do right now, is lay in that electrification. It doesn't take very long. This is real time, and that's not sped up, right? So if I speed it up, right, you can see it's way faster than laying track. So it's just a little thing that just takes a little bit of time. Ignore the signal, please. Please ignore the signal. Get in there. I think you're going for the bridge. No, you are going to... Okay, good. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going for the crossing? Oh, you're... Wow, that's a lot of effort for not a lot of results. Okay, good for you, I guess. There we go. That's what I thought you guys were doing. See how fast that is? He's going to do the whole thing right now, too. That's cool. That's how to do it right there. Everyone take notes. Steve's the conductor for this train. Everyone take notes at how Steve did that, all right? Be like Steve. Okay, track builder's just finished, and so now the trains can move through here as fast as they want now. It is going to complain about not having electricity. There's probably some kind of disconnect with that. Well, yeah, it's this part right here that needs to be connected now too. Also, this track builder is apparently, it needed to come in here and turn around so that it can build this. I think they're trying to build this part. So there's going to be that problem and crash. You can ignore the light. It's fine, train. Go ahead, ignore the light. That was my bad. Thankfully, track builders are they just despawn if that happens, because there's enough conflict with them in the game where the devs just like, you know what? I'm not gonna make the player deal with that. Just despawn it. All right, did we get this done? A little bit of waste left, a little bit of mixed waste here and there, so we'll have to get in on that. In the meantime, the dance hall will be used sparingly anyway. And yeah, this is it. So I'm going to try to just let this run a little bit. I'm going to go max speed. I can't really play at max speed anymore. I can't do it. It's unfortunate, but it's just, no matter what I do, I just can't handle it. So if I'm playing, I do this, and then when I want to let it sit and build things, I'll hit this. And the stuttering isn't so bad when you don't have to interact with the game, you know? But pretty much for the rest of the series, we'll probably be playing a normal speed, and then I'll be speeding it up and, giving you time lapses maybe. But yeah, it's going to be the way it is from now on until I can figure out how to get the stutters gone, how to improve performance. And I'm not sure there's a way. For those who are really smart with computers, I've tried a lot of stuff already. We're paused right now. That's why I've got good speed. I've tried a lot of stuff. I've got process lasso. I've tried core affinities. I've got Windows updated all the way, 11 Pro, game bars managing things. I've tried managing it myself with process lasso. The game is on the 3D cache cores. It doesn't matter. Whether they're auto searching or not, doesn't seem to matter. None of my construction offices are auto searching jobs right now. They're only auto searching reconstruction jobs, which might be the same thing. But if I can't search reconstruction jobs, then I might as well just disable maintenance, right? Because things are going to start collapsing. I'm not going to be able to babysit this many structures without them auto searching it. So at some point, I got to have auto search on some of these things just for maintaining buildings. It's got to happen. There's no way around that. Yeah, so we'll probably be playing on one-time speed like this for the remainder of the series, just because it does offer some smooth visuals. And man, this guy's got to go. So he went like this. Then, well, hang on. Then he goes. Wait, what did he just do? He's got to get on this side of the track and then come this way and then come in this way. That's a lot of work right there. Of course, he's gonna disrupt these trains, but I think you can go. I can probably just tell you guys to ignore, because this train is going to go around that way anyway. Here, I'll speed up a little bit here. It's going to go around that way. There we go. Most of the trains are going to do that anyway. All right, so we're getting some of the track built. We got to come back and get the electrical components in there. I wish it would just do it all at once, but I understand. It's fine. You're not super train. Superman, super train. This is never going to get built. I'm convinced it'll never get built. Even though people can walk in there, no one ever brings resources to this. No one. It's probably because it's concrete. I need an office that actually has access to concrete to do it. Magnitograd does not have access to concrete. So when I try to build things, if it requires concrete, I have to bring in an outside source because I don't have it myself over here. And, you know, it's not a big deal, but I could maybe figure out a way to do that. Like maybe we'll set up a concrete kind of thing over here where I bring in cement and, you know, we have gravel already over there. I could bring it over here too. And then we just make it over here. And like I just haven't bothered with it. It's just concrete and asphalt specifically. I just send them from that side. But all of these construction jobs are going to need a lot of concrete, and that's where I just use the helicopters, man. Helicopters do a great job of delivering things. Except for whatever reason, they can't deliver to that. There's not enough room. Nope, not that one. Wait, did it just complete on me? No, it's right here. They can't land anywhere, which, like, I thought right here would be a good spot. I don't know why you can't land there. But, all right, it's fine. So I'll have to bring in an outside office for that. And frame rates will improve a little bit in the summertime because the winter and the particles and everything coming in is a little bit more taxing. But you guys should be able to go now. Waste trains. You guys full? Pretty close. I mean, you're full enough. I think I can send you on your way. Make sure you go to that waypoint though. Okay. Off you go. Yeah, so I'm going to let this run for a little while longer, and I'll probably come back for the next video. I think it's probably to the point now. Hang on. It's probably getting to the point now. I'm not sure what you're complaining about. Huh? Why do you need to turn around? Just do the thing. No. Just ignore. Just work it. It's right here. There you go. What are you confused about? I think it's about time to set up track builder right here. I think we're going to put another track builder right here. I was debating on putting some housing over here so that, you know, people could walk across that and have even more housing over here. I'm not sure about the pollution implications of that. It does seem pretty far away, certainly further away than no closer than what this is, right? So I could put some on the edge here, but I'm thinking if I extend this coastline just a little bit, I can fit in another track builder right here, and then that track builder could electrify anything else in this area that isn't electrified already. We have almost all the components over here already for that. We now have gravel as a source. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want it over here, because I didn't have gravel. Now I have a local source of gravel, so I could do that. And it's almost full, so we need to have a mechanism that uses it. That's a good way to do it, I think. I can also, as a mechanism of using this, I could also go in and do this right here. Nope, it's right here. I've been thinking about doing this too. So we add a helicopter pad set right here. And if we do that, then helicopters over here in this office and then use this gravel. I like that idea. And then this road that I've been steadily building is going to have to wrap around a little bit more and come out this way. Right? We'll bring it out about that far. Okay. And then this will just connect right there. But if we can bring this there, then I can have these helicopters get gravel from this source instead of having to fly all the way over there to grab it. And that also gives us just 3 more helipads. You know, spreads out how helicopters and where helicopters are getting it. And then I've been toying around with the idea of having another track builder over here as well. And there are 2 different sizes of track builders now. There's the 8, which we already have over there, and which generally I would want to use this one again because you give me, you know, I get 8 trains. And then there's this one that has 4 trains. And I was toying around with the idea of having another track builder over here and then having, you know, that train having these guys come in through, let's put this on normal speed, having these guys come through here and connect to the rail and build this out. But the original plan is to do that over here and to have it over here, because I need a source of gravel to build track. You never build track without gravel, and putting it here, that's the reason, so that we can use this gravel. But I think the helicopters will do a good job of using this gravel so that we can continue to process construction waste. We have to be able to continue to process construction waste. So I think that's yeah, I think that's a good thing. So the original plan was to put that over here, because having track builders, I would be limited by gravel. Almost, that would probably be the only resource I'd be limited by, aside from brick, which I need another coal industry over here too. Where is coal over here? Coal is pretty damn far away. It's gonna have to be all the way over here. Okay then. Well, then we're gonna expand the coal industry on this side. Yeah, we will expand this coal industry over here. We could do it right there is technically coal right here, but it's like there's like no way to use this. It's all this really high ground. There's barely a way to use. I guess I could get like 34% out of this, but like, what am I gonna do with it there? You know, even if I flatten this land out, what am I gonna do with that? Not really a whole lot. I also really want to build one of these for the tourists. Where is it? It's tourism site towers. I want to build one of these up here. You can see it's a 4-star rating. I feel like it should be a 5. Look at the view from up here, huh? You got to do that. So like, I'll put like a passenger helicopter station up here, and then helicopters can take them up to this point, and then they could just get the view tower and then bring them back down. That's probably it. Yeah, there'd be no way to maintain this thing. I have no idea how I would maintain this. It'd have to be helicopter maintenance, is what it would be. If it ever caught fire, it would have to be helicopters putting it out, because there's no way to get a road up here. It's way too steep. Even if I wanted to build a tunnel, I would have to like zigzag the tunnel or spiral the tunnel all the way up, because it'd be too steep. So I want to do it, but there's just no way. You have gravel up here too, but yeah. So a site tower right here, I think would be super cool. Then they could look down upon that area. They'd be above the pollution, I think. Be blowing that way, right? And then they could see the whole harbor and all the boats coming in. They could then see the skyline that way and all the cities that's going over that way, right? If we ever have anything over here, they'd get a view of that. I mean, they have a 360 view of the entire republic from here. You know, get the UI out of the way. Your view would be basically like this. I mean, that's pretty good. If I get the trees out of the way, clear it off to where it's flat and there's no trees in the way, right? We wouldn't want the trees in the way for the tourists. So we'd want to do something like this. We'd want this to be like a bare environment. You know, maybe some strategically located trees that aren't going to be obstructing the view. But effectively, we'd want it to be kind of more like this, so that when they're in the tower, they don't have to contend with the trees. And then they just get to see this. Yeah. Right? But how do we do that? Because you got to maintain it. So if I was going to do it, I'd probably do it with site tower. It'd have to be up here. It's probably not going to let me do this because I don't have a excavator or whatever in the area. So I'm going to have to place this kind of perfectly to where it's already green. So something like that. It says it's a 3.9 score. I don't understand how it ranks the score. Because I thought like it's about the, I don't know, like the appeal of the land, and if you go up higher, you usually get a higher score. So now it's a 4.0. 4.0 is right here, apparently. I don't know how it determines that. But I would want it to be on the edge so that they had the good view. So it had to be like here. I do have excavators in the area. Cool. In that case, we could go... I could go like this. So the height from center would be here. And we just pull this out this way. Right? Flatten this out. Takes a bit of time, but... And then you just get yourself like a cliff that you can look over. We're going to do something like this. We're going to do something at the top of this mountain because I like this mountain. I think it offers a really cool view. This one and this one over here too. This one is like more Charlemagne's, and we could totally do both. Give two different perspectives. Maybe it's like a helicopter tour thing where you know, check out the 6 peaks of, yeah, the 6 peaks tour is what it will be. Right? We've got this one here with 1, 2, then get him a view over this one, 3, get him a view over on top of this one. That's 4. Then we come over here. I guess this isn't really a peak so much, so it'd be, I guess 5 would be right here. This one would be pretty cool once the airport's done and nuclear's done and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. And then I guess the 6th one, it has to be 6 peaks. It just sounds better. I guess it'd be this one over here. You know, from across the river, you could see the steel once we develop this. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to get creative here. I got a lot of ideas in my head, like I said, and they're not really fleshed out very well, but you know, they're gonna be good eventually. All right, that's how I approach it. Eventually, I'll be good. I'm gonna let this run and let them build this. Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.